haven't picked up the water yet and dropped it off. Yeah, I guess they're running a little bit late this morning. Ooh, my hair. I usually wait a while before I even do my hair before I go out. Yeah, so it's actually 9 o'clock sharp. I've been up for about 30-45 minutes, took a shower. So, thinking about watching either some Breaking Bad or some Honeymooners before I get started with my day. I kind of want to wait around for the water, which should be here soon. So, thank you guys so much for clicking on my daily vlog channel, and I hope you enjoy the video for the rest of the day. And also, I hope you enjoyed my little lightning strikes in yesterday's video. I was driving home and I was like, you know what? It'd be cool to get some footage of some lightning strikes. So that's what I did, and had a lot of fun doing that. So thanks again for clicking on this video. Not too much on the plate today, like I said yesterday. I am actually, waiting on the water situation, planning on filming some videos later, having lunch with my wife, that kind of thing. And I'm really tired. It's been a rough few days at work. So I'm probably just going to chill out this morning while I'm waiting on the water guy. Don't know what I'm going to watch yet. Like I said, I'm torn between, watching those, like, shows or watching a movie. I know I really want to watch The Big Short. It's on Netflix now. I've been really wanting to watch that since the theaters. And so I may actually watch that. What time is it? 9 o'clock? Yeah, I'll probably end up watching that. So, I'm not really feeling coffee this morning. For those of you who don't know, I used to be addicted to coffee for so many years. I would go through like a pot and a half, 2 pots a day. Now I'm at a point the past couple of years where I was able to get away from it a little bit. And so I don't really I crave it. I crave it all the time. But I'm actually good at saying, no, I don't want it. Well, I want it, but I'm trying to fill my body with water in the morning over that kind of stuff. It's better for you. Coffee's great. Coffee isn't, it's not terrible for you. There's mixed studies. Some people say it's bad for you. Other people say it's great for you. And it's filled with, vital nutrients, like antioxidants that you need and all that kind of stuff. I love coffee. I don't think it's bad for you. But I've had a problem for so long where I filled my body with other stuff in the morning other than water, to where it kind of threw me off the rest of the day in terms of feeling hydrated and stuff. So I told myself, last year that I was gonna try to start filling my body with some water before I start doing anything else, to where at least I have that. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Grab me my glass of water, sit in front of the TV, have my breakfast bar that I have every morning without fail, and watch a movie. So hopefully the water guy will be here soon. I got some water left, but hopefully the water guy will be here soon, so I can get that over with, get all the 5-gallon bottles in here, or 5-gallon bottles in here, and get that over with, so I can get on, if I need to get out of the house and all that kind of stuff, I can. So, all right, guys.
Forever with one simple idea.
The mortgage-backed security, or private label MBS. You've got your average person born.
Big fan of everybody involved in this film, the actors. I'm an Adam McKay fan, from Step Brothers fame and all that kind of, and Will Ferrell movies, somewhat. Step Brothers is like my go-to Will Ferrell movie. But I'm a fan of everybody involved. Moneyball is one of my all-time favorite movies. It's my favorite sports movie. And it's from the same author that wrote the book Moneyball. So, let's get on with this. Wow. That movie was phenomenal. I'm really into those kind of movies about, stuff, like that. You guys all know what it's about. And I'm just into dramas like that unfold at such a, at a pace like that, and that involves real topics and stuff like that. Phenomenal movie. I give it a 5 out of 5. One of the best films of last year by far, and I'm so glad that it didn't let me down. So now I ordered some subs from Publix, so I'm going to be picking them up and bringing them to my wife, so we could have lunch at her work. and then I don't know what I'm doing, so we'll see. Alright, so I just got back in the car from Publix. Now time to head to eat. Alright, so what I got, I actually picked up a whole boar's head roast beef on white with lettuce and pickle. A little bit of salt and pepper. It's like my go-to sub. Been limiting my red meat intake like drastically, like down to like one day a week compared to like almost every day before. For the last few months I've been trying to get like red meat probably like once or twice a week. Haven't had any yet this week, so I wanted to go ahead and splurge and get me a boar's head roast beef sub, which has been my all-time favorite lunch since I was younger, especially from Publix. Publix has the best subs in my opinion. Anybody who lives in Florida or lives near Publix, maybe they have the same reputation that they do here, but in Jacksonville, there's a bunch of gourmet sub places that are really good, but everybody always says, collectively, they're like, well, they're great, but Publix is always going to be great, So, all right. I can't really avoid talking about it. I just finished the movie The Big Short, and I'm still thinking about it, and it just brings back memories of back when the financial collapse happened in 2008, when the mortgages fell out. I had a brief period in my life where I was blessed to have a job at a retirement community for about 6 years. In fact, I still work there when I started my main YouTube channel. And I remember the night or the day that everything crashed. I was at work. It started out during the day. I was in the like a little cafe kind of thing at work at the time, because it was a retirement community. But then at night I waited tables in the bar area, and there's a bunch of people that are in their 70s and 80s, and we're all just watching the news like, oh my gosh, what in the heck is going on? And the more stuff collapsed, the more it fell. And over the course of that whole week, I remember standing there waiting tables and seeing people crying. They get up and they say, I just lost all my money. They're like because they had all their money invested in all these banks that collapsed as a result of the housing crisis and all that kind of stuff, the mortgages and everything. When all those big banks went under, these people lost a bunch of money. And I witnessed that over the course of that, the consequences of that, and as everything happened. And then, when the bailouts came about, some of these people ended up moving. They had to move in with their kids. These are people that were in the military for years, were generals in the military, worked CEOs of companies back in the 50s and 60s that did their time, and they had all their money invested, and that's what they lived off of in this, where I worked. And when the government came to bail out, which that's neither here. I'm going to avoid politics with this. I don't want to say whether I was for or against, but when these people, after the bailout, they were still left out in the cold. These people that I knew not everybody was, but the movie was brilliant. I mean, it was a brilliant movie, but it's almost like you can't really say. It's kind of like Spotlight for me. Spotlight for me was a movie I've promoted since day one. I've been all about it. I love Spotlight as much as you can love a movie of that subject matter. Of course, big Michael Keaton fan, but big fan of films like that in general that are about investigative journalism and true stories. And me growing up Catholic, it kind of hits close to home because there was a lot of issues in that situation. And thankfully, they're going in the right direction in terms of, actually making things right. I don't think you'll ever be able to make things right if you cover up something a lot, and that goes against any group that's ever covered up anything, in my opinion. but I was, you know, intoxicated by The Big Short. I knew I was going to enjoy it as a film, and I knew it was probably going to be a heavy subject matter, which I knew going in, but literally, I know that was the intent, but it kind of made me sick. At times I hated, it's almost like I felt, I don't know, it made me sick at what all those big banks and everything have done. I mean, it's living through that's actually shaped my personal beliefs that have morphed since I was growing up, and my experiences with all that kind of stuff too. Like, once again, I'm not going to get into all that kind of stuff. That's, you know, politic type stuff. Not really. I think it's stupid just to say it's politics. It's not. It's my personal beliefs, and I just, you know, refrain from going into that on, you know, this kind of stuff. But it still shocks me how much people got away with. Let's just say that, and how, yeah. I remember sitting in that area. I remember when a report came out like a year later, I was sitting in the bar area, you know, waiting tables, and a report came out that some of those big banks, after they screwed up all that stuff and all those mortgages and everything like that, and they owed the government so much money, they were still, and people were losing their homes and losing everything, they were still giving all their administrators and CEOs like millions and millions of dollars in bonuses. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right at all. So I will say that I thought that was screwed up from way back then, and I think the system itself is still pretty screwed up, majorly. So, but the movie made me think, and it made me kind of sick too, thinking that actually happened. But that's enough about that. I figured it was a good opportunity to go ahead and talk about the film, because, you know, we're still, whether people, you know, want to believe it or not, we're still dealing with the consequences of that entire situation. The entire situation. So, anyways, yeah, still making the drive. I'm hungry. Uh-oh. The sky is getting darker. The clouds are getting bigger. That can only mean one thing. In a little while, it's gonna storm again. Once again, welcome to summertime in Florida. We now have water. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's the moon. It hasn't started raining yet, but as you can tell, it's starting to get dark and you can kind of hear it. Alright, so it's been a couple hours since my last clip. I'm heading to the store now to get some stuff for dinner, and I have it on the sky because, if you can believe it, it still has not rained where I'm at. But it has to. It has to rain. Look at this weather. Alright, so I'm going to go in there and get all my stuff, and hopefully I don't get rained out. I've been getting rained out a lot the past few weeks. Alright, it started to sprinkle. I'm trying to get home before the rain starts. Please! Please! Alright, so now we're just watching Seinfeld and eating some spaghetti, or some bow tie pasta with meat sauce, some Parmesan cheese, and some garlic bread. Yeah! Alright, dinner was amazing. It turned out good. I am proud of myself. It's just a mess in the kitchen to clean up now. But first, we're going to watch a couple episodes from The Earth to the Moon. We're on episode 8. I'm pretty sure it's episode 8 now. The Apollo 13 episode. And yeah, so that's what I'm doing. Yeah, so I'm going to clean up the kitchen a little bit, and then we're going to watch it. So that is what I'm up to right now.
Gotta love a little bit of Diet Coke.
Yeah, I really wish From the Earth to the Moon would get a Blu-ray release. I have the Signature Edition still, which I actually got at Movie Stop a few years back for like $10. And it has the lenticular part that changes from a moon to the Earth. I just love this series so much. And so the top comes off. Ugh. So there's that. Here's the booklet. Here's it opened. A lot of discs. Yes, so I really hope it gets a Blu-ray release, because apparently these DVD releases, they changed them to where they could fit, you know, widescreen TVs, and apparently it's a cropped image. It's originally like, you know, a 4:3, you know, aspect ratio, I'm pretty sure. I don't know the exact term for it, but I'm pretty sure it was originally like a full screen, and then they cropped it to make it widescreen. So hopefully they'll come out with the Blu-ray with the like the actual aspect ratio in high definition. That would be awesome. But this is loaded with special features as well. So yes, so I'm gonna get back to From the Earth to the Moon. Alright everybody, well, it's time to end my vlog. I just got done cleaning the kitchen. Everything's spotless, everything's nice. Thank you guys so much for watching this vlog today, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.